The cameras had barely started rolling when the air in the studio shifted. The audience was buzzing with laughter, the panel was lively, and the banter was sharp as always. But within minutes, a single offhand remark would transform the cheerful atmosphere into one of stunned silence. That moment began when Whoopi Goldberg, in her usual quick-witted style, pointed toward something that hung quietly around Senator John Kennedy's neck, a small, worn dog tag. She chuckled, rolled her eyes, and made a mocking comment about it being an accessory from another century. The audience laughed nervously, unsure whether to join in or stay quiet. But John Kennedy didn't laugh. Instead, he reached up, held the tag gently between his fingers, and the studio lights seemed to dim as the weight of the moment settled in. He stared at it for a long moment before speaking. His voice, calm yet heavy with emotion, carried across the room in a way that instantly silenced even the most restless viewers. "This isn't jewelry," Kennedy began, his southern drawl slow and deliberate. "This tag belonged to a man who saved my life when I was barely old enough to know what it meant to wear a uniform. His name was Private Alan Foster, and he never came home. Every day I wear this, I remember him. Not because it looks good, not because it matches my tie, but because I owe every breath I take to the man who wore this before me." The room froze. Even Whoopi, who was used to comebacks and playful sparring, lowered her eyes. The studio audience shifted uncomfortably in their seats. For the first time all morning, nobody dared to laugh. Kennedy's voice grew softer, as if he were no longer addressing the cameras, but the memory of his fallen friend. He spoke of Alan, his smile, his jokes in the barracks, the way he had talked endlessly about going home to see his mother in Georgia. Kennedy recalled the night their unit was ambushed, the explosion that had knocked him unconscious, and the moment he woke up in a hospital bed only to learn that Alan had carried him to safety, and had never made it out himself. Kennedy paused, his eyes glistening. "So when you laugh at this tag, you're laughing at more than just a piece of metal. You're laughing at sacrifice. You're laughing at a man who gave everything so that a scrawny kid like me could live to stand here today. And I don't think anyone in this country, Republican, Democrat, or otherwise, ought to ever take that kind of sacrifice lightly." The silence was deafening. The cameras caught Whoopi's face, her usual quick humor replaced by something softer, almost regretful. She pressed her lips together, nodded once, and whispered into the microphone, "I didn't know." But Kennedy didn't stop there. He turned toward the audience, his tone shifting from personal grief to something broader, something that resonated with every person listening. "We live in a world where it's easy to mock what we don't understand. It's easy to make jokes,